Welcome to another Amazing Facts video with your host, Mr. Amazing. If you're new to my channel, you can hit the notification button so you never miss out on a video. Today's video is Amazing Facts about bears. The first fact is about the largest bear that ever lived. The largest carnivore that ever lived was a giant short-faced bear, twice the size of the biggest modern bear. It was 6 feet 5 inches tall at the shoulders when standing on all fours. Scientists believe it had very long legs and chased antelope on the North American prairies. It died around 12,000 years ago. The sloth bear has the shaggiest fur of all bears. The sun bear has the shortest fur, so it can keep up with cool in the hot forests of Southeast Asia. The most accurate way to determine the age of a bear is to count the rings in the cross section of its tooth under a microscope. Bears have 2 layers of fur. A short layer of fur keeps the bear warm, and a longer layer keeps water away from the skin and short fur. Bears are very smart and have been known to roll rocks onto bear traps to set off the trap and eat the bait in safety. Bears in the wild can live up to 30 years. Captive bears can live up to 47 years. Bears are bow-legged. This gives them better grip and balance. Bears can run up to 40 miles per hour. That's fast enough to catch a running horse, even a racehorse. Compare this to the fastest known human alive today, which is Usain Bolt, who can run at 27 miles per hour. Only the polar bear is a true carnivore. All other bears are omnivores, or animals that eat both plants and meat. Sun bears have the longest claws of any bear. They also have the longest tongues, which can reach 9 inches long. A bear's normal heartbeat is 40 beats per minute. A hibernating bear's heart rate drops to 8 per minute. The bear that a person living in North America is most likely to run into is the black bear. They live in the wooded areas in every Canadian province, many US states, and even parts of Mexico. Black bears are not always black, in fact. They come in a rainbow of colours, from black to reddish brown to cinnamon, light brown, and even white. Unlike many mammals, bears can see in colour. The world's most widely distributed bear is the brown bear. However, the American black bear is the world's most common bear species. A swinging polar bear can jump 8 feet, that's 2.5 meters, out of the water to surprise and catch a seal or other animals. A polar bear's stomach can hold 150 pounds, 68 kilos of meat. Panda bears have an extra thumb, which is actually an extra large wrist bone, just for holding onto bamboo stalks. A panda bear can eat 45 pounds, that's 20.4 kgs of bamboo per day. Koala bears are not actually bears at all, and are not related to the bear family in any way. They are marsupials. The sloth bear's favourite food is termites. These bears have no front teeth, so they easily suck out insects from their nests like a vacuum cleaner. They can also seal their nostrils for better suction. Bears have been known to eat almost anything, including snowmobile seats, engine oil, even rubber boots. Lumber companies felt that he had no choice but to kill the black bears in Washington state that were eating the bark from trees. However, once someone thought to put piles of food in the forest, the bears stopped eating the trees and were happy to eat the free food. Because feeding the bears cost less than killing them, the lumber companies were happy too. About 98% of the grizzly bear population in the US lives in Alaska. A polar bear can swim up to 100 miles without resting at all. Bears can see almost as well as humans, and they can hear a little better, but they can smell much better. In fact, a bear's sense of smell is around 100 times greater than a human's. Polar bears can track down an odour from 20 miles, 32 kilometres away. They can smell a dead seal from under 3 feet of solid ice. The shape of a bear's claw differs according to the type of bear. Bears that climb, such as black bears, have claws that are curved and strong to allow them to claw at tree barks. Bears that dig, such as grizzly bears, have straight and very long claws. In 2004, a black bear was found unconscious in a campground in Seattle. Washington. It had broken into a cooler and used its claws and teeth to open dozens of beer cans. Although it sampled other types of beer, it chose to drink all the cans of only one type of beer. After this drinking binge, the bear passed out. A male bear is called a boar or a he-bear. A female is called a sow or a she-bear. A group of bears is called a sloot or a slot. The word bear is an Old English word derived from the Proto-Indian European bear, meaning bright brown. The symbol of the United Russia Party is a bear. In fact, bears have traditionally not only been a symbol of pride and power in Russia, but have also been common images in fairy tales and myths. The bear ancestor is an offshoot of the ancient Canidae family of dogs, wolves, foxes, and coyotes. Polar bears are the only bear species that is a marine animal. A polar bear's fur ranges in colour from ivory to pale tan. Underneath its fur coat, the polar bear's skin is black to help absorb heat from the sun. The name grizzly bear refers to the silver-tipped or grizzled hair of a brown bear. One variation of the black bear is a white bear called Kermode, ghost, or spirit bear. These bears are very rare these days. Native Americans believe these white bears have supernatural powers. The polar bear is the largest bear species. A male can measure up to 10 feet long and 1,500 pounds, which is about the weight of 8 human adults. Female polar bears are about 50% smaller than the males. In 2008, a Canadian man was attacked by a grizzly bear. He survived the attack by playing dead. Even when the bear began to gnaw on his scalp, the bear eventually lost interest and went away. This is normal for bears. For many years, scientists thought that the giant panda was not a bear at all, but a relative of the raccoon. Scientists have shown through DNA evidence that giant pandas are indeed true bears. There's a bear called the sun bear. It's the smallest of the bears and is about the size of a large dog. It gets its name from a blonde chest patch of fur that looks like a setting sun. Sun bears are also known as the bears that eat honey, or honey bears. Of the 8 bear species, 4 live in the southern hemisphere and 4 in the northern hemisphere, so there's 4 per hemisphere. Speckled bears are the only wild bears that live in South America. North America is home to 3 of the world's 8 bear species: brown, American black, and polar. Almost 2/3 of the bears in the world live in North America. Because bears can walk short distances on their hind legs, some Native Americans call them the beast that walks like a man. Polar bears live only north of the equator. In the Arctic, penguins live only south of the equator in Antarctica. Approximately 21,000 to 28,000 polar bears live in the Arctic. Bears are descended from small insect-eating mammals called mycads, which lived during the time of dinosaurs. The first true bears evolved from heavy, bear-like dogs around 27 million years ago. The oldest known bear, the dawn bear, lived about 20 million years ago and was the size of a small dog. Bears have never lived in Australia or Antarctica to this day. Although bears do not currently live in Africa, bear fossils have been found there. Scientists are unsure why bears do not live in Africa today. Sloth bears are the only bears that are more active at night than daytime. Most bears are born without fur, but polar bears and giant pandas are born with thin white fur. Bears have non-retractable claws, like dogs. Like people, all bears except pandas walk by putting their flat feet on the ground. This kind of walking is called plantigrade. In contrast to bears, other large animals, including dogs, horses, and elephants, walk on their toes. The claws on the front feet of bears are longer than the claws on the back feet. Some large bears have claws almost 5 inches long. Bears are the only large predators that regularly eat both meat and plants. For this reason, they have different teeth specifically used for each task. The Ursa Major, or Great Bear constellation, is the 3rd largest constellation and contains the Big Dipper. During hibernation, a bear does not defecate. Its body can somehow recycle body waste into protein, a process scientists still do not understand. Not all bears hibernate. Arctic black bears, American black bears, and some brown bear species, and some polar bear species hibernate. Sloth bears live in warm places with abundant food. They do not need to hibernate. Well folks, that was the amazing facts about bears. I hope you enjoyed this video. Maybe give it a like. a subscribe if you did. And tomorrow we have another interesting video coming up. Tomorrow is the start of our Halloween week of videos, where we're going to be doing 7 days of spooky videos. Tomorrow's video is going to be about ghosts. So stick around to learn some creepy facts about ghosts tomorrow. Thank you, and have a nice day.